Hey there, Corner Dweller Spectre 531 here, talking about how I used to watch wrestling. Alright, Corner Dweller, so yes, I used to be a huge wrestling fan. In fact, it didn't really die with me or anything like that. The fact of the matter is that I just kind of stopped watching, but I still play the video games. I got tons of them back there, you know. But yeah, here's a story about how I used to watch wrestling, and you know, I would always make a big thing out of it because I was always WWF or E now, you know. Yeah, I was there when it was WWF originally, you know. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. But you know, I used to love watching wrestling. I mean, that was my soap opera, you know what I'm saying? Now Mom had The Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless and all that. I had Monday Night Raw, ECW, and all that other good stuff, okay? That's what I had. Now, when I got ready to watch Raw, it was real cool because I would just lay back, watch the big screen, and just veg out. Be like, yeah, Rocky about to do his thing. And oh, there's Trish and everything like that. Now, the reason I got out of watching wrestling is because I found myself just turning it on just to see the diva matches. Because Trish was the stuff. Yes, she was. I mean, once Trish wasn't on there anymore, I just kind of lost interest, period. You know, and you know, Undertaker would take his long hiatuses and everything. I noticed every time that man lost a match, he would be gone for ages. You see what I'm saying? You know, and he's the Phenom with all the mind tricks and everything. I mean, that was my stuff. You know, this dude had powers and stuff. That's what made it awesome for me. And then it just kind of flatlined for me after a while. Yeah, but anyway, here's a particular story about when I was trying to enjoy Raw. Okay, now I had a friend, and like, whoa, wait, what did Spectre say? He had a friend? Yes, I actually had one of those. Okay, and he liked watching Monday Night Raw as well. Okay, now he lived a few streets down or whatever, but you know, it was cool. So, you know, every so often I'd invite him, be like, hey man, you want to come watch Raw? He's like, yeah. So he came over my house that Monday and sat down there and watched Raw. Okay, everything's cool and everything. We're both enjoying the wrestling thing and whatnot. Everything's just honky-dory. Well, this particular week, I had a rough day of school and everything. All I want to do was go home, veg out, and relax, okay? Mom had gone on to work and everything. Funny thing about this is Mom's job directly next door to the house, okay? I mean, seriously, all she had to do was go through a small parking lot and she was at work. Yeah, directly next door. Okay, so this means that whenever she wanted to take a lunch break or whatever, she would just come home and then go right back when her lunch break was over. So I had a long, rough day, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to veg out, I'm going to watch Raw, I'm going to enjoy myself, I'm just going to chill. Now, mind you, I haven't talked to anybody. I just came home and said, forget it. I tore off all my stuff, my clothes and everything, sitting there in my underwear, just chilling. Okay, I mean, Yeah, just chilling. Now, here comes Monday Night Raw getting ready to come on and everything. And I'm sitting there in my mode. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna work out. And what happens? What happens? I hear a knock at my doggone door. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, take that back. No, it wasn't a knock at my door, because since my mom was directly next door, sometimes she just wouldn't take her key, so she'd tell me, Speck, leave the door unlocked so I can get in, because, I'm gonna run home for lunch and whatnot. And I said, okay, fine. So I left my door unlocked, and it was all fine and well. I'm sitting there watching Raw, getting ready to watch Raw because it's getting ready to come on. And who walks in there? I'm thinking it's Mom. It's this dude that I had invited to watch Raw with me previous weeks. Not this day, okay? Because like I said, I hadn't talked to anybody. So, yeah, he just waltzes in my house talking about, oh, hey, Speck, and then just sits down on the opposite chair, or love seat at the time, I think that's what we had, was a love seat, and the couch. I was sprawled off on the couch, sitting in my underwear, like I said, okay? And I'm looking at him like he got four heads, like, what are you doing here? And he's sitting there completely oblivious, sitting there watching Raw like I completely invited him. Okay, now, if my room has not given you any indication, yeah, Spectre's not huge on the whole cleaning up thing, okay? And the house was a mess. I openly admit it. It was a mess at the time. But like I said, this day, I was not thinking about anything else. I had a stressful day at that doggone school. I just wanted to relax when I came home. So that's what I did. I got into my skivvies, sat there, chilling, watching Raw. And like I said, this fool just walks in your house like he was invited, which he was not. And he's just sitting there all, check that out, and all of this stuff. And I wasn't saying too many words to him. I was just sitting there in silence, kind of shocked that he brought his lame behind in my house without being invited. And number two, I'm just trying to enjoy my wrestling, and I usually do it in silence, so I can take it all in and relive it later, in my mind. That's how I do. Well, lunchtime comes around for my mother. She walks in there, and then she sees him sitting over there. And oh my goodness, she yelled at me so much you would think the dead had come back. I mean, seriously. She yelled and screamed at me, Spectre, how can you possibly have somebody in this house? Don't you have any pride? Don't you have all this and that and all this and that? And I tried to calmly tell her, because I don't really get into all the arguing thing, because it's not worth it to me. So I calmly tried to tell her, Mom, I did not invite this boy over here, okay? He decided to just waltz in this house because you told me to leave the door unlocked, which I did. He came in on his own. I did not invite him. I did not say, hey, come over, watch Raw or anything. But, this is what's happening. Now, while she's screaming at me, because she's really not listening to anything I just said, she is just going on and on and on, screaming and screaming and screaming at me. This butthead is sitting over there on the love seat, completely oblivious to the fact that he is the one that caused all of this. You know, because she's screaming at me that I invited somebody over while this house was looking a mess and all this and that. No, I did no such thing. Okay, true, the house is still a mess. I'm guilty. Okay, I'm a little lazy. I admit it. But I did not invite this boogaboo over here. I just didn't do it. I didn't do it. So, eventually, her little lunch break is over. She goes walking and huffing back to the place. Then she comes back. Of course, he's gone and everything because he watched Raw, had his own little personal good time, and then he just went on about his business. She comes back, still huffing mad at me, but more calmly now. Spectre, I cannot believe you had him sitting up in this house while it was looking like this. I just cannot believe you. I told her again. I said, Mom, if you had listened to me in the first place, you would have heard me tell you that I did not invite him. You saw me sitting up here in my drawers because I was not about to play host all of a sudden to this intruder, basically. Okay, he just infiltrated my WWF Raw time. Okay, this is what happened. He infiltrated my Raw time, my peace time and everything, and you come in screaming at me like a banshee when I did nothing wrong. I mean, true enough, I ain't get up cleaning up the house, but I did not invite anybody here. Period. The only reason he got through those doors is because you wanted them unlocked so you could walk in this house. And she really didn't have too much to say after that. So, Corner Dwellers, I guess this is morphed from I used to watch wrestling story to the douchebag friend story. Yeah, kinda, yeah. So, anyway, Corner Dwellers, and yes, this is a fully true story. No, I'll never forget it. So, anyway, if you enjoyed, by all means, hit the subscribe button and that little bell right next to it, just so you get the notification on when a new upload happens. And if you are so inclined, drop a comment. And one last thing, and one most important thing, baby, take your fist, ball it up, and hit that like button like it owes you money. It's already black. Make it blue. And on that note, this is Spectre 531 fading away.